life. There's not one that got away because if anything happened differently, I wouldn't have the same children I have now. And I wouldn't be as happy as I am now. There was nothing that got away. It's a long life.
That's true. Do you stay up at night thinking that, I mean, okay, no one got away, but do you stay up at night thinking, Kathy Hilton or Kris Jenner could have been your mother-in-law?
No, I was up at night thinking when I was dating Paris Hilton, oh my God, Kathy Hilton could be my mother-in-law. And I was going to thinking about how to get the fuck out of this. How do I get, because Kathy Hilton is psychotic. Like she would leave endless messages for Paris. Craziness. Like, why Paris is crazy if you listen to her mom. And Paris is like 20. I remember we were in Sardinia one time and her mom leaves these messages. And the the cell phone company cuts you off after like 4 minutes or whatever. People who leave those long messages, you're like, fuck, how do you have this much time to talk this much?
I haven't had one of those in a long time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this is 20 years ago. Right?
Yeah.
But then Kathy would call and then would end. And then it would start another one. And it would just be like, well, Paris, you need to date a really rich guy from a name family. I mean, look, Kathy Hilton is a gold digger from the Valley. Honestly, like that's who she is. And that's who she raised her daughters to be. Like, to marry a Hilton, a name, you know what I'm saying? Like that was her goal in life. And that's what she made Paris and Nikki's goal in life. She raised two daughters in her image. That was, and unfortunately Rick didn't really get any money, but he had a name, the Hilton name, and she's leveraging that name in order to do what she's doing. I think, the real stars of that family, I think like Kyle Richards is an incredible woman. She was always the hot aunt when I was dating Paris too, because she was gorgeous. She's still gorgeous. She's a gorgeous woman, and she's still gorgeous today. Kyle's a friend of mine, and her husband, Mauricio, who has the successful real estate company. To me, they're the real deal, right? And I've known them for forever, but they're the real deal because he has a real business, and he's a really sharp guy. And he's a killer, killer in the sense of business. I want to be really careful. And
no, that's what
and she's a real actress, right? She's been acting since she was like 3 or 5, 2, I don't know, like something like that. She told me, but I just think Kathy's the sister that wants to follow in her footsteps and try to be like Kyle. That's the prettier younger sister thing is what I look at that relationship as. But Kyle is like sweet and normal and real, and Kathy's like, I don't know. To me, she's always been evil, so I can say that. She was just evil. The words she said about me to Paris without even meeting me, and we had been dating, and then it was all over the press because nobody had heard of Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton wasn't a celebrity, so I was the famous person, obviously. So, and then she would just leave these long-winded messages about what a bad person I was without even knowing me. And Paris would play them over and over for me. And I was like, wow, this woman is just so evil and stupid. She's just so dumb. And that was my impression of Kathy Hilton, just from listening to her messages and the way she treated me. And then she marries this dumb guy, Rick Hilton, who's just not smart and has a name and not rich. And you know what I'm saying? And they just try to play off the Hilton name.
And she would just call all day and leave these messages
like,
over and over and over. Like, get away from him.
Yeah. And no, but they're long-winded in detail. But they're really, I hadn't had any lawsuits at that point. So there was nothing really to say other than she would just instruct her. You need to find a guy from a family name where you can get lots of money. You know what I'm saying? Like she didn't, and she's like, I don't believe, even though I have my own plane, she's like, I don't believe he really has his own plane, even though we're flying on it. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's all these crazy things. Just a psycho, just trying to train a gold digger. It's like you're breeding a gold digger, just like hyper-focusing her at 19 years old. Psychotic. 20, this is 20 years ago.
Wow.
So, yeah. And it's like, Kyle's always been the normal one of that family. And I don't know the mom. Well, I guess I do know Paris's grandmother.
How would Kris Jenner have been as a mother-in-law if it did work out between you and
Amazing. Oh God. Kris Jenner was the best mother-in-law. I mean, Kris Jenner's amazing. She's absolutely amazing. I love her.
What's so amazing about her?
Every aspect of Kris Jenner is amazing. She's incredibly intelligent. She's beautiful. She's loving. She'll sing to you on your birthday. She's supportive. She's a great friend. And she's always been a great friend to me. So yeah, there's nothing like Kris Jenner. But yeah, as a mother-in-law, if it was just to choose the mother-in-law who I would want, Kris Jenner, hands down. I always told her that. I said, I want to outsource my 2 kids when they were born. She came the day they were born. And I said, I want to outsource them to you. You hand me back when they're 18. Hand me them back. You've done such a wonderful job. I'm just going to go ahead and give them to you.
That's not a bad plan for anyone, really.
Yeah, she didn't take them though.
That like could have worked out. Yeah, I mean, sure they
Yeah.
get good gifts, right?
Amazing. She brought them cars and things, and I'm like, but they can't even open their eyes yet. What the hell are they going to do with all this stuff?
Are you shocked at like what the Kardashians have become? You know what I mean? Like, I think they're the American royal family. Whether you love them or hate them, that they are the closest thing to the American royal family, as far as I'm concerned.
They are the American royal family, and you know, I had a lot to do with it. So we'll leave it at that. So I'm not surprised at all.
I won't ask you any more questions about that. Have you ever, I mean, there's lots of Kardashian women. Have you ever been attracted to any of the other Kardashian women besides Kourtney?
Sex, I mean, they're like my sisters. So it's so different. It's like for so many years, it's like, you know, I grew up in the same family dynamic, basically, right? With the 3 sisters and the boy, which was at least the Kardashian part of the family.
Yeah.
And then Kendall and Kylie, you know, I've known them since they were babies. So it's like, I'm so close. It's like, it's just you hang out as friends and they're changing and getting ready to go out or go to, you know, whatever. So it's like, it's such a different relationship. So you see all sides of somebody. So, you know, kind of when you date one sister in a family that's close knit, it's off limits. And it was off limits in my mind too. I mean, I was always attracted to Kourtney the most. So that was, you know, and I don't think Kim and I are just friends. I don't think Kim was never attracted to me either. I don't think so. I don't know.
I'm thinking maybe not, just probably not, but just based on her type. Listen, based on her type.
Do you want to see my penis? I can show you a type. Here, hold on a second. Wait, can we do this on your show or no?
Do you and Mario compare penises? I mean, that is your bro.
Do we compare penises or do we talk about our penises?
A or B. I mean,
A or B.
I don't know. Listen, I don't know what the straight bros do.
Well, generally, straight guys don't do what Mario and I do, but Mario's pretty much gay on paper too. So let's be honest. Great body, good looking, takes care of himself. I mean, come on. But it's actually no, not at all. But yeah, no, we talk about our penises. Mario and I can say this because he would say it publicly too. And we talk, I think we did a show on NBC maybe 19 years ago where we talked about it. And I think we did another show too where we talked about it.
You did? Okay.
With Dick Clark. Yeah, years ago. When he was alive. How many years ago was that?
A long
I'm aging
time.
myself. David, you're aging me.
It's Dick Clark, I think it's probably 7 years. I'm just 5 years.
He died. All right,
I've lost track of all time.
So
I lose track of time. Go on.
So I have a version of Freud's penis envy with Mario, but not. I have a very large penis, right? But I'm circumcised, and Mario has an advantage because he's uncircumcised. So I to me, circumcision is an operation that was performed on me that I didn't consent to. It was an unconsensual surgery performed on me. They cut off a part of my penis. That is completely ludicrous to me. It's the same thing. Female circumcision, I don't know if you understand this, and your audience probably will. Female circumcision is when they cut off the female clitoris. So male circumcision, cutting off the tip of your penis, which is what they do, is the same thing as removing the clitoris for a woman. So if women, I don't understand why we don't remove women's clitorises if we're cutting off the tips of men's penises, because it's the same thing. And so, yeah, we talk about that a lot because I totally wish my parents and the doctors did not cut off my penis.
And Mario's is not cut off, is what you're
Yes,
saying.
he is not cut off now, but I have a large penis, so most girls are very happy that a little bit is cut off.
Well,
I've heard it can get painful. They like it, but it can get
personally, as a gay man, I'm okay with things being cut